Welcome back inside the Mountain West Network studio for the Mountain West Women's Basketball Media Days. I'm Bridget Howard alongside Jesse Kurtz. And for our fourth stop today for Women's Media Days, we are heading to sunny San Diego, which we found out it is sunny there.
Confirmed.
So we can say that now. To be joined now by head coach of San Diego State Aztecs and Stacie Terry-Hutson. Coach, how are you today?
I'm good. I appreciate you guys having us. I think you guys are doing a great job and excited to talk about my team.
Well, we're excited to talk about your team. This is one of the deepest teams that you have had in years at San Diego State. How has that helped you prepare for this season?
It's been really nice. We can go really deep into our roster, which is going to allow some of our guards to, get some rest, and we won't lose much as we sub. We have a great deep team this year, so I'm excited to see, how that helps us move forward. I mean, I think we can play deep into the year.
If you have a question for Coach Terry-Hutson, why don't you hit the raise your hand button in your Zoom interface. We'll get you in queue and let you participate here. Coach, you don't have to go too deep in your roster to find out you have an impact player in Sofia Ramos. She's made an impact her entire career. Could reach 1,500 points, 400 assists, and 500 rebounds in a career. That is a well-rounded player. Where will she make the biggest impact for you this year?
The biggest impact that I think she'll make for us this year is in her leadership. We already know what an awesome basketball player she is, but what I've been really, really pleased to see this year is the jump that she's made in her leadership. I mean, she's just been an awesome teammate. We're very deep. We also have a lot of new people that have joined us in the off season, and a lot of people still that are getting, their feet wet in college basketball after that COVID year. So I think what I've been most proud of how she's just handled herself, how she's communicated with not only the staff and her teammates. She's just been an extension of me on the floor, and it's been really, really nice to see.
No question about it. Again, if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. Our first question for you, Coach, comes from John Schaefer, extra 1350 in San Diego. John?
Hey, Coach, how are you?
I'm good, John. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to ask you about Asia, who was named once again the freshman of the year. I know she had the injury last year. How's her health in general, and what are your expectations for her this year?
She's great. She's in a great place. She's practicing with us. She's 100% healthy. She did such a good job in the offseason, actually kicked rehab's butt, to be quite honest. So we're excited for her and what she can bring. She just changes the way we play. On both sides of the ball, we are faster offensively and have taken our defense to another level with the addition of her on the floor. So we're excited for her to get on the floor and see, for you guys to see what she can do, because we're all well aware. We see it every day in practice. And like I said, she's the ultimate competitor, a great teammate, and plays with a pace that we haven't had here at San Diego State.
If I could ask one more, just in general, I mean, it feels like you're returning a lot of experience, plus you're adding Asia. How do you feel about the experience that you have coming back with the starters and the 9 players overall?
Well, I feel really good. We only lost one, so we're bringing a ton back. It's made our transition in the summer and the fall really easy, to be honest. I mean, they know what we're doing. They know what is going to be asked of them. And we've pushed them, in my opinion, harder than they ever have been. And we've had great leadership. We have 3 transfers coming from a Power 5 that know what it looks like. They've been in situations and at schools where they've won and understand what it takes to win a championship. And then my current student athletes just, commingled very nicely. We have a level of expectation that has been raised, and we're definitely, doing everything we can every day to get better and ultimately to win a Mountain West championship.
Right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, John. Hey, Coach, you mentioned Asia's rehab and how well she did in that. What do you think she proved to her teammates in knowing that she worked so hard to get back there to be a part of this team? What did she prove when she wasn't even on the court to her teammates?
Just how much of a competitor she is. I mean, the kid wants to play. She wants to be great. She works on her game. So any challenge in front of her, she's going to knock it out of the park. And I think she just proved to her teammates how bad she wants it. And she's just really grateful that she's on the floor competing with them.
Coach, this year you have a trio of sophomores in Kim Villalobos, Kamaria Gibson, and Flo Venerte. What leap do you expect them to make this season?
Well, just understanding what college basketball looks like, and to be honest, going into last season, they didn't have a summer or fall. I mean, we were well into October before we started playing basketball as a team. So they really used this summer to get better. Kim has made a huge jump. Kim played with her national team over the summer, came back early when she didn't have to and was in the gym with us. So all three have really, really committed themselves to getting better every day. And I think you'll see that translate as we get into conference play.
And you mentioned how Kim played for her El Salvador national team this summer. How did that make her better? And what steps did she take to make herself better during that experience?
Well, she was playing basketball pretty much year round. She stayed in shape. She came back. And like I said, we had voluntary workouts and she showed up when she didn't have to. And to me, that was a huge commitment, or showed her team how committed she was to being better. So she kept herself in shape. She's working hard on some of her deficiencies on the court, but she's been doing a great job in practice. She's shooting the ball better. She can get to the rim whenever she wants to. And she's going to be a bright spot for us this season.
If you have a question for Coach, go ahead and raise your virtual hand. We'll get you in queue and get you participating. Coach, you've been around this program now for a while as the leader of the Aztecs, and you've seen this athletics program grow to where it is in multiple sports and being a national brand. How cool has it been for you to be one of those primary leaders with your finger on the pulse of an athletics program that is succeeding at such a high level in all sports?
Well, I couldn't be more proud to be the head coach here at San Diego State. We have great leadership starting with John David Wicker, and he's done a great job putting us all of us head coaches in our programs in situations to be successful. I mean, our men's basketball program speaks for itself. I mean, they've nationally ranked, and Coach Fisher and now Coach Dutcher has just done an amazing job just building our brand. And Coach Hoke has just done, what he's done on the football field. And we're not even playing home games, being ranked nationally. So a lot of our sports have done what they need to do to continue to promote San Diego State. And I'm looking forward to our women's program to also be listed in those names when I mention those teams that are doing a great job in the Mountain West.
I'm sure it helps when you're going looking for players and, selling. You could be playing sports and being a part of this culture here in San Diego. Megan Fizo, a Michigan transfer, top 40 recruit in 2020. How will she make you better here in 2021, 2022?
She knows how to win. She's a competitor. She plays hard every single possession on the floor. She's actually, in my opinion, become a favorite target for Sophia. They're always looking for each other. So I think you're going to see the two of them play really well together. She has really high expectations for herself, and she works her tail off. She's going to really help our younger kids understand what it looks like to compete, even though she's still, just a sophomore. But she's come from a program that won at a high level, and she knows what it looks like. And I'm looking forward for her to do some great things and contribute on that offensive end for sure.
You've got another new face in Kylie, Jade, Pepe. She's a top 100 freshman. What excites you about her coming to this team?
She's a kid that can play multiple positions. She could play pretty much any position from the 2 to the 5, to be honest. She can shoot the ball really well. She can handle and pass. She's a strong presence in the paint. I think she's going to be someone that the league looks, at and says, how do I guard that kid? Because there's so many different ways that she can hurt you offensively. She's going to be a big piece. We've done a great job in our recruiting. We have a lot of pieces that balance and complement each other. And she's one of the newcomers that I think are going to make an immediate impact.
One of the players that made an impact for you, that I would assume is going to continue to make an impact for you, Mercedes Staples. Same thing. Where do you see her integrating in the success of your team?
Staples has played injured the entire year last year. COVID was a tough year for us, so many injuries. And she was one of the ones that kind of had to take a step back because she was playing on a bum knee. She's healthy now. She puts in the work. She's constantly in the gym. She's a gym rat. She's always doing the right thing and what we ask of her. She's learning how now to play on multiple levels. Last year, she was one of the best, in my opinion, in the conference in a mid-range jump shot. She's shooting the 3 much more consistently and doing a good job getting to the rim now. So she's going to be someone that we look to score points for us, obviously lead us, but she's done a great job. Now that she's healthy, you can see the difference in her game.
We have a couple more minutes with Coach Stacie. If you have a question, go ahead and hit your prompt. We'll get you in queue. What excites you the most about your schedule, Coach? I see non-conference games, taking on Ole Miss up in Berkeley, USD, Ohio State. What jumps out at you that excites you the most?
All those 3 games. I mean, we got great teams on the roster that are only going to help us get better for our Mountain West play. So looking forward to challenging our team early. We have the team, in my opinion. I'm confident that we will compete and put ourselves in a great situation to win in every single game that we play. So I think it's just going to help us and show us where we are. We'll have a quick trip or up to Cal to play Ole Miss. Obviously, they have a phenomenal post player that's going to really challenge us in our post defense. And then obviously Ohio State, their guard play has just always been really good. So we're going to really see where we are and see where we need to improve. However, I am extremely confident that my young team is going to go up there and compete and put ourselves in a situation to win.
Well, Coach, we've got a question for you in the queue. We're going to go now to Caitlin Robinson from the Daily Aztec.
Hi, Coach. Nice to talk to you again.
Hi, Caitlin.
I was just wondering, what can we expect to see from Isabella Hernandez this year? Last year, I noticed she grew a lot into her position, became a lot more comfortable on the court. So I'm excited to see what she brings this year.
Consistently from beyond the 3-point arc. We need Isabella to be a knockdown shooter for us. We know her shooting ability is one of the best in the conference, and I just want her to continue to grow there and be consistent behind the arc. She's made some really big leaps defensively. She's really trying to get up and guard. We've kind of changed how we defend this year, and she's been a bright spot for me. She's long. She is gets tons of deflections on the ball. She's going to do a great job there. But for her role on this team is to knock down threes.
Thank you.
Coach, this offseason you brought on 2 new assistant coaches in Kelly Lewis and Jason Glover. What have they added to your staff?
Between the 3 of us, we joke, but we're much older now. We have 80 years of experience between the 3 of us. It's been really nice. They challenge me in different ways. I think, our approach to practice and how we do things has changed. And they've been a huge piece of that. They both, Coach Glover Jason's been on so many different staffs on all levels, the NBA, WNBA, to both men and women college basketball. So he has a wealth of experience. And Kelly Lewis has been a head coach herself, so she understands what it looks like to be in my seat. And she's been, a really nice addition. So we're looking forward for them. And they've been great so far, challenging our student athletes, holding them accountable. And it's our practices are much more competitive. And that has to do a lot with our kids and the commitment they've made. But our practice is just different. It's a different feel in practice, and they have a big piece to do with that.
Well, Coach, we are so excited to watch your team get out on the court this season. And again, we appreciate you taking the time for us today.
Of course. Thank you both.
Yeah, Jesse, the San Diego State Aztecs, they have one of the deepest lineups that they have had in a long time at San Diego State with under head coach Stacie Terry-Hutson. What stands out to you most about this team?
Well, that sophomore trio, Bill Lobos, Gibson, and Venerte. I think them integrating with Sofia Ramos, who's a fixture in this program. I think this program can reach new heights. I find it funny. I had the same realization this morning as we walked in. This is year 10 of Mountain West Basketball Media Days. Like, man, I'm getting old. So I appreciate that. Coach feels my pain. She absolutely feels my pain, but it should be a much better Aztecs team. Coach Terry-Hutson will have this team ready to go. She's got the horses that I think can really take this program to the next level. And that really all starts, though, with Sofia Ramos, who is kind enough to make time for us now in San Diego. Sophia, let's talk about this year's team. You've had a major impact in your time as an Aztec basketball player. Where will your primary role be on this team, which, in talking to Coach, says very, very talented roster?
Well, first off, thank y'all for having me. For myself, I think I'm just going to be a leader. I have so much experience just playing basketball all around and playing under Coach Stacie these last 3 years and just having a relationship with her. There's a good level of trust between us. So my big thing this year is just going to be a leader and be the coach on the court for us.
You got a chance to reach a lot of career milestones. Sophia, you entered this season with just about 1,100 points, over 400 rebounds, 300 assists. You got a chance to crack into the top 5 in points, assists, and become the only Aztec ever to reach 1,500 points, 400 assists, 500 rebounds in your career. When you kind of take a step back and look at the totality of your career, how proud are you that you've, one, been able to stay healthy to reach that, but to make that level of impact on such an elite program?
Yeah, I didn't know all those stats coming in, and I think it's almost better that I don't, just because of the fact of you play so loose. You don't have to worry about records and whatnot. That's just been the cherry on top of a career here for me. I unfortunately wasn't as healthy last year as I would have loved to have been, but I think it speaks to our staff, our coaching staff last year, our training staff, strength and conditioning, just how well they were able to get me back last year and just help me get to these milestones and just be a big part of it, because without them, none of this happens.
This is a reminder that if you have any questions for Sophia, to please press the raise your hand button to enter the queue. Sophia, Coach Terry-Hutson talked very highly about the leadership that you bring to this team. It's your senior year. How have you taken steps this offseason to really integrate the newcomers and to continue evolving in your leadership?
I think I had great leaders above me as well who took me under their wing when I was young. And so I think having them be an example for me has just helped me grow as a veteran this year. Me and Megan joke around all about I'm like her mom, because I've just taken her under my wing and we do so many things together and you can just see the chemistry building. And I just think this team is something special. I joke around with Coach Stacie, we don't need a team bonding to make us close because we just do it on our own. It's just all the little fun things we love to do out here.
You get to bring back this year the preseason Mountain West Freshman of the Year last year. She was brought back on this year as preseason Freshman of the Year. What excites you about having Asia back on the squad this year and actually on the court this time?
Oh, I love it. I love it. She has been such a help for myself. I mean, I haven't faced a defender like that in practice in so long, and she's challenging me to be better, just be better in ways I didn't know I could be. And I got to do my rehab on the side with her, and doing that, I just saw what kind of person she was, her drive, her competitiveness. We joke around about little victories every day, and she takes such big leaps every day. You would never know she was hurt.
We got some media members eager to participate. Let's go to John Schaefer, extra 1360 in San Diego. John?
Sophia, I'm just curious, how was your off season this year compared to last year, just with everything that has been going on these last 18 months?
Well, first, hey, John, our off season was just different all around. Last year we had COVID coming in, and this year we're fully healthy, new faces all around. This has just been probably my favorite off season, actually. This is one of the happiest I've been in a really long time.
What's just your team goal for this year?
To win. That is our goal, to win and compete every time. Just go out. We always say in practice, we don't have to ask for effort anymore from us. So now we're just competing and winning.
All right. Thanks. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. We'll stay in San Diego. Go to 97.3 The Fan in San Diego, and Chris Ello. Chris?
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, a couple things. First, how are you going to handle playing potentially without the ball in your hands as much this year? Because I'm assuming Asia will have it at the point guard position. And B, what do you think you guys need to do to make that step from competing every night to starting to win a little bit more and get yourself to the top of the standings?
Yeah, I think Coach Stacie has been really good about making sure I stop playing point guard so much in practice so I can get used to it. And honestly, I feel like I haven't skipped a beat much. I think it's just as great having me handle the ball as it is off the ball. So I don't think that's going to be an issue at all for myself or for our team. I think Asia does a great job taking care of it. And like Coach Stacie said, she brings a different kind of pace to our team. And overall, I think this team is just different. I think this team collectively knows we're not here to compete anymore. We're here to win. So I don't think there's going to be big steps needed. I think everyone's on the same page already with all of that.
Good to see you again. Good luck.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Sophia, I gotta ask, it was brought to our attention that you have a major Crocs collection, and that just fascinates me. And I know Jesse and I were like, Crocs, what? You got to explain. What is this Croc collection that you have?
Yeah, so everyone has their after game shoe, kind of pre-game shoe just to kind of come in and out of, and Crocs have just been one of my favorites. I think they're so comfortable. I love the different colors you can get, the gibbets you can add in them. I have quite a variety here with me in San Diego and quite a variety back home in San Antonio. And I'd like to think I've started to put more people on them as well. So it's just been really cool seeing it across my family, our team, and just seeing them come back.
A trendsetter, no doubt. Now, how many do you have in your collection?
I have at least 4 Christmas ones alone, 3 or 4 just fuzzy Crocs, and then a good amount of just regular ones.
Which are the go-to after a tough game? Which ones we using?
Yellow, always. Happy colors. Tough days, happy colors.
All right. Well, Sophia, we so appreciate you joining us today. Good luck this season. And hopefully we see some Crocs, the smiley Crocs, after some games this season.
Thank y'all for having me. You'll for sure see some.